Welcome back to the Forge. My name is Joe, and in this video I would like to talk about a tool that I haven't used until recently and I think is really useful to have around, especially for the miniature type of work that I'm doing right now. That is the miniature anvils that I'm working on with the build-up method. It has really sped up my work and has made things a lot easier for me, thinking in hindsight that I should have had one like this a lot sooner. This tool goes by quite a few names. I knew it as a guillotine tool, a blacksmith helper, a third hand, and undoubtedly there are other names for it as well. This is the guillotine tool, and what it basically is a bottom plate with a U-shaped bar attached to it, which holds two tools into place that you can use. Now, why would you even want to have this? I need someone that strikes with a sledgehammer on top of this top tool in order to make it work, because both of my hands are occupied. One with the tongs, the other with the top tool. So I come one hand short, or maybe even two. And that is when the guillotine tool is really useful to have around, because instead of me having to hold on to the top tool, which was the top fuller, this tool holds on to it for me. At the moment there are flat dies in this tool because I used it on making a miniature anvil. And what I needed it for is to make the step of this anvil. So I can come in here and actually create those shoulders. That is great because now this tool can hold on to the top tool for me. It keeps it aligned and keeps it in place, whilst I can strike on it. The neat thing that I got right here is that this is not a fixed distance, except for the width right here. But if I wanted to have a wider tool that comes further ahead, I can take this off. I would need longer screws, but I can take it off and put wider spaces in between, so I can accept a larger top tool and or bottom tool. Then with the 4 set screws I can align everything and make sure that it hits in the right place. I really like seeing the bend they've put into this frame, so it allows you a lot bigger range of motion that you can do with different workpieces if they're oddly shaped than if it were straight. It frees it up a bit more, a bit like on a power hammer. If you are any bit like me and you like anvils, you like them in different sizes and shapes, these anvils are going to have differently shaped and sized hardy holes, meaning that if this tool were to have one sized shank, you could only use it on a limited amount of anvils. But this guillotine tool has got a shank that can be taken off. If this shank is too big, you can put on a larger one, you can make yourself a larger one, or a smaller one if you need that. This 108-pound anvil has got a hardy hole, but the hardy hole is a bit oddly shaped. It's a bit crooked, which you can see from the shank right here. It doesn't fit in all 4 ways. It only fits in there properly one way. That's no problem for the guillotine tool because I can just simply cut it off or modify one to my needs that fits this anvil, drill and tap a hole, and then I can fix it to the guillotine tool. And then I got a tool that also works on this anvil. That versatility is really nice to have, meaning that I can take it to any other smith or anvil and if necessary modify the shank, not this shank because that fits neatly with the other anvil, but we can make a shank that fits any anvil needed, unless the hardy hole is so small that the 3/8 screw that is in there doesn't fit anymore. But for any normal sized anvil with maybe a bit of a smaller hole, it will fit, or you can make it to fit. Well, I think that's enough talk for right now. Let's actually get into some forging and actually use this thing. Alright, here I am. This should be about enough for the step and horn. we'll cut off some of the horn and draw it out a bit more so it's a bit more in proportion. Now that the horn is way too long. Also, don't fuss about with these shoulders too much yet, because this is mild steel and these old ones, they have a forged welded on steel face, so I wouldn't make it perfect until you're ready to finish. It still needs a steel face if it were to be finished into an anvil. So don't make them perfect yet, and leave them a little proud of what they are supposed to be, because you got enough welding heats to come yet in this case. It went straight down the hardy hole, oh my god. Alright, then we're gonna take that, take it down there. Now I gotta be careful, very best to do it like this. Get that shoulder. Alright, take another heat. Don't work it too cold. That was just with a little anvil, and I can also put in fuller so I can work on a hammer. I would probably not do it on a very large hammer, but for smaller hammers, riveting hammers, stuff like that, it's easy to use, it's nice to have. This tool allows you to work alone without the need of a striker. Of course, if you're doing really big stuff and really awkward angles, yeah, then you really need a striker. But for the most things that you can do right here, such as the hammer making, in my case miniature anvil, stuff like that, you can do it all alone. You can modify them, you can make top and bottom switches with them, so you can round up things very easily. There are many possibilities with these tools. I would also love to hear in the comment section below how much the Guillotine or the Blacksmith helper has saved you in time and made things easier for you to forge, because you got a free hand and you don't need a striker to make this. Please let me know in the comments below. I'd like to thank you very much for watching my videos. If you enjoyed it, you can watch my older videos, and otherwise I would recommend you to click on subscribe and hit the bell button so you can actually get notifications when I upload new videos. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.